It's Fugue done. Is Ruan May cooked, and is the break meta back? Well, I think the answer to two of those questions are actually true, and that's what we're talking about in today's video, guys. We have new drip marketing going over Dahlia, but while we are going to talk about Dahlia, sure, we're going to talk about Miss Constance, obviously. I want to talk to you guys about the break meta and why I think, first of all, I don't think this character is going to be a dot character as many people are speculating. I do think this character is going to be a break-esque character, and why I think this is good for the break class, first of all, and also why I think that this does maybe lead to implications that we're getting future break characters and break support in 4.0 and beyond, and also maybe some support on why that won't be true. So let's first talk about the two statements I think that are absolutely true. I think, first of all, break is back, baby. If we take a look at the break class right now, or we can even go to Pride Win GG here, just going over the tier list, right? Break is in a bit of a free fall. It has a bit of an issue right now, and that issue is that honestly, there's not enough support for the class, and it doesn't do enough damage. Damage is one of the biggest things with this class right now, especially with breaking enemies and keeping them broken and stuff like that, and with the versatility of someone like Ruan May getting passed around to every single team. So I think adding another break support into the game is absolutely detrimental to this class here. Now, with that being said, you might be asking, why is it not dot YouTube? Why is the break meta back, and why is the DOT meta not back? Well, we've already got our dot character in Miss Hysolence right here, guys, added in a previous patch, and that was our dot support. Okay, that's all we're getting, I think. And the reason I say that is because if you take a look at every single other version patch we've had, the very last patch, and each and every one of those banner patches has been a break-oriented character. Take 3.8, for example, which is going to be the last patch in the version 3.x era. We have Dahlia, which, okay, let's say break character, right? If we go back to 2.x first, guys, where do we get our first super break support at? Well, that was obviously in version 2.7 here, which was one patch before the version 3.x era. Popping back into version 1.x now, guys, let's go down to 1.6, which is in the last patch in the 1.x era. We got Miss Ruan May here, which did provide support for break-s teams, and obviously some just universal support all the way around the board. That's why I think in version 3.8, or we're getting the Dahlia here, which is Constance, is going to be a break-oriented support, and that's why I don't think we are getting DOT support, because we already have gotten DOT support this patch, and we have not seen a lick of support for the break class, and we've even gotten support for follow-up and stuff like that too. So literally the only class that has not gotten support is this class here. Now, another reason why I think this, guys, Dot has a lot more support right now. We have good 4-star characters that can work there. The only characters that can really work for break teams right now are 3 characters that make it functional. You have to use Ruan May, and then you're also going to be having to use your Fugue. So that leads us into now our second true statement here, guys, and that is going to be that Ruan May is absolutely cooked. And this will also answer the question of why I don't think Fugue is actually cooked, the one untrue statement from the beginning of the video. The reason I think that is because, first of all, I've always said it since the release or the permanence or emission, genuinely, if we're talking about super break teams, the weakest supporting link in that team was going to be probably Ruan May. And the reason that is because she's just not a dedicated break support. While yes, she does help out with break a lot, break efficiency can literally be used on anyone. And do I think that this new character does need to add break efficiency to the table? Absolutely, they do need to add that. But if we take a look at other things that Ruan May does, she's the most incomplete unit for that team. You take a look at Harmony MC, they provide super break. You take a look at Fugue, they provide super break as well, and extra breaking on top of that. What does really Ruan May provide here? Great, she provides weakness break efficiency, and she's also going to be increasing the speed of your allies, and I believe she gives break effect, right? Cool. But also other big thing she does is she gives a massive damage bonus to the whole team, which doesn't really help out all too much to break-oriented characters, so that's why I say she's not, like, dedicated. She definitely helps out, but she is not that dedicated support like Fugue and Harmony MC are. So that's reason number one on why I think that Ruan May and this team's gonna get replaced. And by golly, I think it's a great thing because she can just be ran on so many different teams. It is unreal. You can use her with, obviously, she synergizes super well with break teams, obviously, but on top of that, she works for Casterus, she works for Finon, she works for Hysolence, like she works for a lot of other teams outside the break team where Fugue and Harmony MC don't do that. So I do think we will be replacing Ruan May out of this team for that. Another reason. Really, what ice-oriented break character do we have in the game? We can take a look at the tier list right now or the character list right now. Anyone on ice that's really break-oriented here? No, not really. Who are the 2 main break characters we have right now that deal damage? Number 1, Firefly. Number 2, Imaginary. So starting off with Fire first, well, yes, Fugue is the Fire class. Take a look at Lingsha. She's also Fire class. Take a look at Gallagher. He's also Fire class. What do all these have in common? Literally, the probably 2 best supports and 2 best sustain characters are all Fire. And what does that correlate with? Miss Firefly, which, guys, maybe a little bit of leakers here. Firefly's supposed to be getting a buff, and Firefly honestly feels like she needs a buff. So buffing Firefly, giving this new character out, will incentivize people to pull for the super break meta because we will be getting a better Firefly potentially, right? On top of that as well, every single other character works with fire, so with the ability to weakness implant with Firefly already, every one of these characters can work towards breaking the enemy shield down, and if you add weakness break efficiency on top of that, it just makes everything a lot more cohesive. With saying that as well, guys, if we take a look at the other character like Rappa, right? Rappa has the support of Harmony MC here, which is literally the only other character in the game that really helps out with super break. I believe Hunt March 7th can help out in that regard as well. And then you have characters like Hunt March 7th, which can act as like a pseudo sub DPS break character on the team, right? So that also adds extra credence to why this is going to be a break character. While yes, I don't think that, you know, Fire and Imaginary always play nicely together in terms of tight matchups with enemies, but ultimately what this could add, guys, is the verticality and the ability to run two different break teams, especially if we plan on getting break characters in the future, which is what I think needs to happen for the break class. Now let's talk about Constance. What do I think she's going to do? Number one thing she has to do, guys, is she has to provide super break. Number two, she has to provide weakness break efficiency. Number three, I think she needs to provide some type of weakness break damage to the rest of the team, or increase the weakness break damage that enemies take. With her being in Hildy, I really don't think that is much of a far shot into the wind to say that she will be enabling that for the team. And then she probably needs to do some type of like either res pin or defense down, something that break characters can also take use of there. I think that she has to be different from Fugue enough to make people not, you know, go, hey, replace Fugue on the team and put her on the team. I think she needs to replace Ruan May on that team to make the break teams functionally just work better. So that's what I think she needs to do. And I can't believe we're getting Constance. We've been waiting for this character for a paramount amount of time. So where do I think the future of break is going? I think this is a step in the right direction for break, but as we've seen with DOT, guys, I don't know how much further we're going to get out of this, or how much further we're going to get with break in the whole 4.0 patch, right? Because if we take a look at version 3.0, right? Because if we take a look at each version we've gotten, right? Let's take version 2.0, for example. Very, very break centric and very, very follow-up centric. Then we move into version, I guess, 2.0 with what we see now. We have two different kind of metas forming here. We have the Memo Sprite meta, which is the Remembrance class. Realistically, we do need more support for that. I guess we have Serena coming out, but we still do need more support other than that for that class. What else do we need, guys? We also are going to be needing a new 4-star that probably helps support that class up as well, or the Remembrance class, so I can maybe see maybe a new 4-star coming out with version 4.0, right? Also with that too, guys, I really do think they're going to be maybe focusing or emphasizing more on that leave the field meta where everyone leaves the field, like Funos here, right? I do think they'll maybe capitalize on that more. So what do I think we can expect for version 4.0 in terms of characters for break or break support? I think break support's done. I think this is our break support for the all of version 4.0. I really don't expect to see much more. What I do expect to see is another DPS for break. I do think that'll probably be our one little upgrade there to the break class. Also, probably we'll see a buff for Firefly as well. I really don't think that's a stretch of the imagination there either. But I think that's about all we're going to see for break. So if you are a break enjoyer, Dahlia here is probably your fucking move, guys. I think this is really good for the break class. I don't think Fugue is cooked, but I do think Ruan May is cooked for the break S teams, and that is honestly really good in my opinion, because then that just frees her up for other teams that need her, because she can be used on so many other teams, which is fucking amazing. Thank God we got this character. Really wish we'd got a 4-star support for break or super break support or something like that, but we didn't get that, so L there, I guess. Good job, Hoyo devs. Make your money, I guess. $1 billion company, by the way. We can't even get voice actors on the same page. You just like put the Pokemon company, I guess, with Legends EA. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later. Bye-bye.